Good evening, good evening. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, in this video, gonna talk about pretty much three main things in this video. Number one, we're gonna start off talking Stardom, as I'm going to give the final preliminary results of the Stardom Triangle Derby I, as all the preliminary matches have finished up, and we now have our four teams that will be in the knockout round. So we're going to go over the final standings there. I'm also going to go through the first round matchups of the Cinderella Tournament, because that just got announced. So I'll go through quickly those first round matchups, and then going to finish off doing a review for the recent Seadlinnng Vibrant February show that took place a few days ago, the 16th of February. I'm going to go over those matches, including a championship match in the main event. So first time seeing the Beyond the Sea single championship defended at a Seadlinnng show. So definitely talk about that. So it's going to be the focus on the Joshis for this video. Before we get started, be sure to check out the link in the description to Game Beauty for an impressive lineup of video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. And if you see something you like and you want to make a purchase, be sure to use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, and you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to check that out. So, we're going to start off with World Wonder Ring Stardom first. We're going to go over the final standings for the red triangle block and the blue triangle block of the Stardom Triangle Derby I tournament, as we now have our four teams that have advanced to the knockout round. So, let's start off with the red triangle block. So, going through the final standings here. Sitting at the bottom of the red triangle block with 2 points on a 1-6 record is Team H&M, which is made up of Mayu Iwatani, Hanan, and Momo Kogo. So only one win, and unfortunately they had a five loss streak. A 5-match losing streak. Pretty bad. But the one win they got was against Lollipop, and the 6 losses were against Gold Ship, Classmates, Mai Hime with C, Prominence, Abarimbo GE, and Rebel and Enemy. So, well, they got one win, but still, tough outing in this tournament for H&M. Okay. Next up, we had two teams that finished with 6 points apiece, both with records of 3 and 4. And that's Bari Bari Bombers and Unique Glare. Bari Bari Bombers, Giulia, Thekla, Mai Sakurai. So they had the 3 victories over Lollipop, Classmates, and Mai Hime with C, and the 4 losses to Rebel and Enemy, Abarimbo GE, Gold Ship, and Prominence. They've only had a 2-match win streak and a 2-match losing streak. Alright. Unique Glare. Starlight Kid, Ruoka, Haruka, Umesaki. Same thing, 3 and 4, 6 points. Had a 2-match win streak and a 2-match losing streak. Their 3 victories were over Mai Hime with C, Rebel and Enemy, and Lollipop. And their 4 losses were against Prominence, Abarimbo GE, Classmates, and Gold Ship. Okay. Finishing with 8 points was the team Club Venus, which is Mina Shirakawa, Zaya Brookside, Mariah May. They finished 8 points with a record of 4 and 3. They had a 2-match win streak and a 2-match losing streak. They had the 4 victories over Lollipop, Classmates, Gold Ship, and Mai Hime with C. And the 3 losses were to Barimbo GE, Prominence, and Rebel and Enemy. Okay. We have one team that finished with 9 points, came really close to finishing in the top 2, but just didn't make the cut. The 4-2-1 Queen's Quest, which is Utami Hayashishita, Saya Kamatani, and Azumi, finished with 9 points. They had a 4-match win streak and only a 1-match losing streak. They had 4 victories over Lollipop, Mai Hime with C, Prominence, and Rebel and Enemy. 2 losses to Gold Ship and Classmates, and the 1 draw with a Barimbo GE. They were really in good position to make the top 2, but what got them out of the top 2 was losing their final match to Classmates. That was a rough loss too. Rough loss for them. But they finished with 9 points on a record of 4-2-1. Not bad. Okay, now we get into your top 2 teams that make the knockout round. First, we start off with the 5-2 with 10 points. Cosmic Angels, Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, Saki. They are your number 2 seed of the Red Triangle block. They finished with 10 points. They had a 5-match win streak and a 2-match losing streak. So they had the 5 wins over Lollipop, Rebel and Enemy, Classmates, Gold Ship, and a Barimbo GE, and 2 losses to Mai Hime with C and Prominence, which those 2 losses were their first 2 matches, and then they finished this tournament strong with 5 straight victories. So Cosmic Angels with a 5-match win streak to punch their ticket to the knockout round. And they finished with 10 points, and they are the number 2 seed for the Red Triangle block. So congratulations to Cosmic Angels making it to the knockout round. And then, finally, the team that finishes at the top of the red block, the number 1 seed, with 11 points on a record of 5-1-1, are Power Passion Pineapple, which is Nanae Takahashi, Yu, and Yuna Mizumori. They had a 4-match win streak and a 1-match losing streak. So they won 5 matches against Classmates, Prominence, Gold Ship, Mai Hime with C, and Lollipop. They had the 1 loss to Rebel and Enemy and the 1 draw with a Barimbo GE. So they started off strong. They had a 4-match win streak before finally losing a match to Rebel and Enemy. But they finished with the high score, 11 points, and they have punched their ticket into the knockout round as the number 1 seed of the Red Triangle block. So, Power Passion Pineapple, Cosmic Angels advance to the knockout round. Okay, let's look at the Blue Triangle block. So, first, sitting dead last at the bottom with a final record of 0-7, 0 points, a 7-match losing streak. They lost all 7 matches. And that's the team of Lollipop, made up of Waka Tsukiyama, Rina Amikura, and Yuko Sakurai. Lost to Club Venus, Bari Bari Bombers, Cosmic Angels, Queen's Quest, H&M, Unique Glare, Power Passion Pineapple. But, to be fair, Waka Tsukiyama once again looked extremely strong. She survived a figure 4. Took punishment. Ate a senton, ate some stomps, but survived a figure 4, writhing in pain, and was able to make it to the bottom rope. Little by little, Waka is getting stronger. little by little. Remember, a while back, she kicked out of Giulia's Northern Lights bomb, as well as her glorious driver. I think they are building up Waka to be more formidable and stronger, leading to her finally getting her first win. I think that's where they're going with this. I could be wrong, but I really think that's where they're going with this. The crowd has been strongly behind Waka, and little by little, she has been looking stronger in her matches. So, just something to think there. They didn't get a single victory in this tournament, but Waka has been looking stronger more and more in her matches. Okay, let's continue on. So, sitting with 4 points, with a final record of 2-5, is Mai Hime with C, which is Maika, Himeka, and Lady C. So they had a one match win streak, a 4-match losing streak. The 2 victories were over Cosmic Angels and H&M. And then the losses were to Unique Glare, Queen's Quest, Power Passion Pineapple, Club Venus, and Bari Bari Bombers. Okay, next up, finishing with a record of 3-4 with 6 points, is Classmates, which is Hazuki, Koguma, Saya, Ida. So, had a 2-match win streak, a 3-match losing streak. They had victories over H&M, Unique Glare, and Queen's Quest, and 4 losses to Power Passion Pineapple, Club Venus, Bari Bari Bombers, and Cosmic Angels. But because of Classmates spoiling Queen's Quest didn't make it to the top 2. So, Classmates got the last laugh in their final match. Okay, we have 2 teams that finished with 8 points apiece, both with records of 4-3. And that's Gold Ship and Rebel and Enemy. Let's start off with Gold Ship. 4-3, 8 points. They had a 3-match win streak and a 3-match losing streak. Gold Ship. This is Natsuko Tora, Momo Watanabe, and Saki Kashima. They had victories over H&M, Queen's Quest, and Bari Bari Bombers, and Unique Glare, but 3 losses to Power Passion Pineapple, Club Venus, and Cosmic Angels. Started off with a 3-match win streak, but then just lost 3 right afterwards. So, but they were able to finish their final match with a victory over Unique Glare. Okay, for Rebel and Enemy, that's Ram Kaicho, Maya Yukihi, and Maika Ozaki. 4-3, 8 points. Best they had was a 2-match win streak and a 2-match losing streak. They had their 4 wins over Bari Bari Bombers, Club Venus, Power Passion Pineapple, and H&M, and losses to Cosmic Angels, Unique Glare, and Queen's Quest. And then we have our top 2 teams that finished in the blue triangle block and will advance to the knockout round. Starting with the 4-1-2 with 10 points, Abarimbo GE. That's Shuri, Maika, and Ami Sore. So they had a 4-match win streak and a 1-match losing streak. They had 4 wins over Club Venus, Bari Bari Bombers, Unique Glare, H&M. They had 1 loss to Cosmic Angels, and they had 2 draws with Queen's Quest and Power Passion Pineapple. But yeah, they were doing really well. They had a 4-match win streak, and they didn't lose their final match until the last match, which, as I said before, if they would have won this match, they would have gotten the number 1 seed. But weren't able to win this match. So, and because the next team won their final match, and technically has more wins, they ended up being the number 1 seed. So Abar Rimbo GE is your number 2 seed. Your number 1 seed belongs to the 5-2 with 10 points. Your current Artist of Stardom champions, Prominence, made up of Risa Sera, Suzu Suzuki, and Kurumi Hiragi. They had a 2-match win streak and a 1-match losing streak. Their 5 victories were over Unique Glare, Cosmic Angels, Club Venus, H&M, Bari Bari Bombers. And their 2 losses were to Power Passion Pineapple and Queen's Quest. But there you have it. Your number 2 seed, Abarimbo GE. Your number 1 seed, Prominence, for the Blue Triangle block. So, now that that's been set, the knockout round matchups will be these. The knockout round matchups will be Power Passion Pineapple versus Abar Rimbo GE. And then we have Cosmic Angels versus Prominence. Those are your 2 matchups. So, Power Passion Pineapple versus Abar Rimbo GE, which Power Passion Pineapple is the number 1 seed of the red block, taking on the number 2 seed of the blue block. So, number one red, Power Passion Pineapple. Number 2 blue, Abar Rimbo GE. And then it's the number 1 seed of the blue block, Prominence, taking on the number 2 seed of the red block, Cosmic Angels. So those are your knockout round matchups. The 2 teams that win their matches will face each other in the finals. This is tough. I mean, Power Passion Pineapple, Abar Rimbo GE. This is tough. Because in the preliminaries, these 2 teams went to a draw. And then for Prominence versus Cosmic Angels, in the preliminaries, Prominence beat Cosmic Angels. So, personally, a big part of me, one, I want Abar Rimbo GE to make it to the finals. That I want them, I'm picking them to beat Power Passion Pineapple. As far as Prominence and Cosmic Angels, honestly, I'm okay with either. I like both teams. But something tells me Cosmic Angels is going to get revenge for their loss to them in the preliminaries. So, I would like to see Abar Rimbo GE in the finals against Cosmic Angels. But I would be okay with Prominence as well. But, I think Abar Rimbo GE is going to win the whole thing. But I would not be against Cosmic Angels winning the whole thing. And I feel like, I'm guessing whoever wins this will not only win a trophy, but I'm sure they've got to be in line for a title shot. Unless Prominence wins, then they will probably pick a challenger. But, a few things to also note as well. Hazuki has challenged Saya Kamitani for the Wonder of Stardom Championship. So, something to keep in mind, which I think they are going to do on March 4th at the Stardom Triangle Derby Finals, which makes sense, being that, both their respective teams are eliminated anyway. And we are going to have World of Stardom Championship match, as Giulia will defend her title against Maya Yukihi, which that should be really, really good. That should be really good. We got Ice Ribbon Alumni Showdown. Let's go. Definitely looking forward to that. So it's going to be really, really cool. But there you have it for the Stardom Triangle Derby I preliminaries. Knockout round and the finals will be on March 4th. So get ready for that. Should be fun. Should be really fun. Okay. The Cinderella Tournament has also not only been announced, but we know when the first round will happen, as well as the first round matchups of the Cinderella Tournament. So, just a reminder, the Cinderella Tournament starts March 26th. And then the finals, the final day of the Cinderella Tournament will be on April 15th. So the beginning is March 26th, the end, April 15th. So just keep that in mind. The plan is they're going to do the semifinals and the finals on the 15th of April. But here are the first round matchups. And not only check these out, but instead of 34 competitors, there's going to actually be 36 competitors for this tournament. Here are your first round matchups, and these matchups are insane. Cinderella Tournament 2023 first round matchups. Utami Hayashishita versus Nanae Takahashi. Maika versus Momo Watanabe. Giulia versus Mai Sakurai. Azumi versus Hazuki. Mariah May versus Rina. Shuri versus Tomoka Inaba. Momokogo versus Saki Kashima. Saya Kamatani versus Mayu Iwatani. Lady C versus X. Starlight Kid versus Haruka Umesaki. Ami Sore versus Yuna Mizumori. Tam Nakano versus Himeka. Natsuko Tora versus Ruoka. Mirai versus Hanan. Saya Ida versus Miyu Amasaki. Natsupoi versus Mina Shirakawa. Koguma versus Thekla. And Hina versus XX. Those are your first round matchups. So X and XX are the two mystery competitors to make up 36 competitors for the Cinderella Tournament. Now, I want to reiterate, Cinderella Tournament is a single elimination tournament where the winner of this tournament will get to wear the Cinderella dress, the little tiara or crown or whatnot, and the winner gets one wish. And like I said, last year's winner was Mirai. The year before that was Saya Kamatani. Giulia has won this tournament before. Momo Watanabe has won this tournament before, I believe. Mayu Iwatani has won this tournament. Shoot. Mayu won this tournament twice. Yeah, twice. Yeah, so yeah, I was right. Mayu Iwatani twice, Momo Watanabe, Giulia, Saya Kamatani, Mirai. Yeah. So, Oh man, these matchups are crazy. Utami Hayashishita versus Nanae Takahashi. I'm hoping Utami wins. Maika versus Momo Watanabe. Ugh, that's hard to pick. That one's really hard to pick. Ooh, that one's really hard to pick. Giulia versus Mai Sakurai. Giulia. Azumi versus Hazuki. That one's hard to pick. Mariah May versus Rina. Something tells me that one could go either way, but I have like a slight feeling that Mariah May is probably gonna win. But I mean, Rina could, but I don't know. Shuri versus Tomoka Inaba. Ugh, I don't like this matchup. This one's kind of unfair because I would like Tomoka Inaba to advance, but I don't see her beating Shuri. I really don't. I don't see her beating Shuri. Momokogo versus Saki Kashima. I would love for Momokogo to win, but I highly doubt she's going to beat Saki Kashima. Saya Kamatani versus Mayu Iwatani. Ooh, that's a hard one to pick. That's a really hard one to pick. Lady C versus X. I don't know who X is, but it's probably going to be X. Starlight Kid versus Haruka Umesaki. I think Starlight Kid's going to advance. Ami Sore versus Yuna Mizumori. I think Ami Sore is going to advance. Tam Nakano versus Himeka. Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one. But because she's close to retirement, I think Himeka should get a decent run in this tournament, so I'm going to say Himeka. Natsuko Tora versus Suruga. Natsuko Tora. Mirai versus Hanan. Ugh, I don't like this matchup either, but Mirai's probably going to advance. Saya Ida versus Miyu Amasaki. Honestly, it would be cool to see Miyu advance, but I don't know. This one's kind of an unfair one. I mean, with Saya Ida and Miyu Amasaki both kind of jobbing, this one's kind of unfair. But, I mean, I guess it could go either way. Natsupoi Mina Shirakawa. This is another tough one to pick because I would love to see Mina advance. But Natsupoi, don't sleep on her. Koguma versus Tekla. I'll be going for Koguma, but it wouldn't surprise me if Tekla advanced. Although Koguma was the runner-up last year. So don't sleep on Koguma. She was the runner-up last year. And then Hina versus XX. Have no idea who XX is. But ultimately, though, I would love for Mina Shirakawa to win this tournament, and she gets her wish to challenge for the white belt. And that's how she eventually wins it. But also part of me would consider Himeka, but Himeka, the thing with Himeka is because her final match, her retirement match is the 23rd, I don't see a benefit in her winning this tournament. If her retirement was pushed out a little further, then I could see it. But I think for this one, I can't see it. If the date was further out, I would be all for Himeka winning this tournament. But I'm going to say Mina Shirakawa. Just story-wise, I think some way, somehow, it's going to find her back in the title picture for the Wonder of Stardom Championship, and that's how she wins it. That's what I'm thinking. But we'll see. We'll see. But those are some insane first-round matchups, for sure. It's crazy. Really, really crazy. But, anyway, moving along, I want to finish with this recent show that I got a chance to check out. It was the Seadlinnng Vibrant February show that took place this past Thursday, February 16th. Definitely enjoyed it. Definitely enjoyed the show. Had 5 total matches. Or, excuse me, had... No, it had... No, one... I can't count. Had 5 total matches. I'm sorry. Had 5 total matches. And you know what? They were quite enjoyable. They were quite enjoyable. 1 second. I'm just pulling up the card. 1 second. Okay. Okay. So, Seadlinnng Vibrant had 5 matches total. Very enjoyable show. First started off with a singles match. The Phoenix of Osaka, Miyuki Takase, took on Kurea. It was a good match. Good match overall. But I felt like Kurea's offense came in a little later in the match because it seemed like for a while Miyuki Takase was pretty dominant to the point where it seemed kind of like one-sided. But I felt like it got more balanced near the end with the offense from Kurea. But it was still a very enjoyable match. I mean, I love Miyuki Takase. I've met her. So, of course, I'm going to be a little biased. But I thought it was a good match. It just did seem a little one-sided for a while. But I did enjoy this match. Miyuki Takase picks up the victory after hitting a twisting brainbuster and getting the 1-2-3 on Kurea. But good match to start off. I liked it. Next up, we had a 3-way high-speed match with special guest referee Taiyo Natsuki, who is the first high-speed champion ever. First high-speed champion of Stardom. Very, very interesting. The competitors were the Apple Girl Mai Sakurai versus Kakeru Sekiguchi versus X, who X ended up being La Pidita. Never heard of this woman. La Pidita. Came out dancing, luchador mask, all that. But this was a very wacky, high-speed match. Definitely enjoyable. And the funny thing with Taiyo Natsuki, she was even getting involved in the match herself. I mean, doing, flips and getting in on the offense, actually. Even as the referee. Not only that, she was counting fast. She would do like 1, 2, 3. Like, she was counting fast in each of her counts. So I'm just like, wow. Guess they're doing high-speed everything, even in the actions. It was crazy. But this was a very enjoyable but wacky high-speed match. But La Pidita ended up getting the victory, actually pinning both ladies with a La Magistral Cradle. I mean, she pinned both ladies at the same time with like a bridge at the end of that La Magistral. But wow, that was crazy. That was a crazy finish. And then her and Taiyo Natsuki ended up dancing together at the end, and just, it was funny. It was really wacky, but it was a great match. It was a great match. It was just very wacky. Okay, next up we had an 8-woman tag team match. On one side we had the team of Ryo Mizunami, Hiroyo Matsumoto, and the Beyond the Sea tag team champions Makoto and Asuka / Vinny. And they went up against the team of Amazon, Mikami, Akari, and Rina Yamashita. So this was a pretty stacked match. pretty stacked match. Definitely enjoyed it from start to finish. Like I said, a lot of star power in this match. Definitely back and forth. Enjoyed it. And there were even times where, like, it seemed like Ryo Mizunami and Asuka and Makoto, it was like they were kind of hitting each other just to get offense on their opponents. Like, it was weird. It was really, really weird. And, Amazon was really, the biggest in the ring at the time. And speaking of Amazon, she ended up pinning Makoto with another Mahistral Cradle, or La Mahistral, to give her team the victory. So she pinned Beyond the Sea Tag Team Champion Makoto. So I know they got on the mic at the end, so I don't know. Maybe this is going to lead to Amazon and a partner of her choosing, maybe Mikami or, Rina Yamashita. Maybe one of those two will team up with Amazon, and maybe they'll go after and challenge the Beyond the Sea Tag Team Championships. Hey, I'd be down. Why not? But good match. Good match overall. Okay, next up we had a tag team match, which I actually really enjoyed this tag team match. This was the team of Riko, Kaiju, and Ayame Sasamura taking on the team of Itsuki, Aoki, and Misa Kagura. Misa Kagura from Just Tap Out. Been liking her a lot lately. This was a very good match. I definitely loved both teams in this match. It was very much back and forth. Very enjoyable. Very enjoyable match. Hard hitting as well. I actually really liked Itsuki Aoki in this match as well. She was putting the hurt on. But I was happy to see my girl Misa Kagura from Just Tap Out pick up the victory for her team after hitting Rico Kaiju kind of like with a Somato / Meteora type move, which turned into a pin. So, shout out to Misa Kagura picking up the victory for her team. I usually see her on the losing end, so it was actually good to see her on the winning side and actually picking up the victory. So, good stuff for Misa Kagura. And then the main event of this show was for the Beyond the Sea Single Championship, which is the main championship of Seadlinnng. As the champion, Arisa Nakajima defended against Riko Kawahata. Riko Kawahata I've seen quite a bit lately. Pretty cool dancer as well. But I have to say, this was definitely match of the night. And totally understand why this was the main event. I mean, I gotta give Riko Kawahata credit. She had a lot of offense in this match. I mean, strikes. I mean, just the high flying, the aggressiveness. And don't get me wrong, Arisa Nakajima got hers in, but I was very impressed with Riko Kawahata. Her striking ability was bar none. Like, sick. And Arisa Nakajima, she was doing her thing, another great wrestler. And I'm learning more and more about her as well. But this was a phenomenal main event. Hard-hitting, back and forth. These ladies went wild. Back and forth. But Arisa Nakajima was able to pick up the victory and retain the Beyond the Sea Single Championship by pinning Riko Kawahata with a cross-legged German suplex, which I've never seen before. So, what a match. Great main event. Arisa Nakajima, still your Beyond the Sea Single Champion. And, yeah, I really enjoyed the show. Enjoyed the show from start to finish. And, yeah, Seadlinnng. Another big win. Definitely enjoyed the show. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Like I said, let me know what your thoughts are. who is y'all's pick to win the Stardom Triangle Derby? Like I said, the final 4 teams: Power Passion Pineapple, Abarimbo GE, Cosmic Angels, and Prominence. Those are your 4 teams in the knockout round. Let me know what you think about the Cinderella Tournament matchups, which I will also put in the description so everybody will know. And then let me know what your thoughts are on the Seadlinnng Vibrant February show that happened this past Thursday. What did you think of the card? What did you think of the matches? What did you think of the main event? And once again, don't forget to check out the link to Game Beauty. Don't forget the promo code BlitzBallChamp, 10% off. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this content. For another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by BlitzBallChamp Gaming here on the U to the Tube, my name is Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed weekend, and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care. Peace.